Welcome to Astrophilia Astrology. I'm your astrologer, Ophelia Luna. Thank you for being here. The Aries solar eclipse is the first solar eclipse of the year. It is happening on March 29th, 2025. It is a partial solar eclipse at 9 degrees in the sign of Aries. A solar eclipse comes 2 weeks before or 2 weeks after a lunar eclipse. An eclipse happens when the moon goes in between the earth and the sun, casting a shadow on the sun. It will only cover a portion of the sun. That is why it is called a partial solar eclipse and not a total solar eclipse. A solar eclipse always happens at the time of a new moon, and it lasts for a few minutes. The new moon is a time for planting seeds or preparing for what is to come. During this time, you're getting ideas, you're writing your goals, you're making a plan for the changes that are to come within a 6-month period. The second solar eclipse of the year will happen on September 21st, 2025. Eclipses come in repeating cycles that are part of a group. They repeat every 18 years, 11 days, and 8 hours. The cycles are called Saros cycles, and each one is numbered. This eclipse is part of Saros 149, and it has 71 eclipses. The last time we had this eclipse was March 19th of 2007, and before that it was March 7th of 1989. Think back to what was happening for you from March 2007 until September of 2007. The themes could be revisited and possibly an ending of something or a new beginning. This could be a time where you're having the courage and the passion to do the things that are more aligned to who you are. You're yearning for a different life and you're imagining all the possibilities. You're wanting your freedom so badly that you can taste it. The past and the future are colliding, with the past wanting to hold you back and the future calling out to you. You may be impatiently wanting to dismiss the past and shed an old skin that you're sick of wearing. But you can't shed it all in one shot. You have to mindfully release step by step in a gradual process so that you don't cause damage. Think of it like a snake shedding its skin. If someone were to go in and rip it off in one shot, it would likely anger and hurt the snake. He has to do it himself, carefully releasing as he is ready in order to allow for its own growth. If you don't slow down and patiently trust the process that will get you to where you want to be, you could crash and burn, and it could be painful and you could experience loss. A major new beginning is on the horizon. It's a rebirth or a resurrection, a beginning of the process of graduating to another level. You're achieving something new, but in another way. With this eclipse, you have 2 choices to make. It's a life-changing decision. You are going to either remain as you are, solid and safe, or you're going to move on to the next thing with courage and fearlessness. You have the free will. How do you know that it's time to pivot in a new direction? You may feel restless, bothered, ungrounded, feeling like you're at a crossroads, tired, depressed, craving change, and needing to shift. There is something else that has caught your attention and you see potential in it. You feel excited for the new possibilities. There's positive energy in the new thing. You may have already set up some roots in the new thing, and it seems like they're ready to support you. You're feeling competent and confident. Hi Leo. The eclipse is happening in your 9th house. The ninth house is about higher education, distant travel, publishing, teaching, belief systems, religion, the judicial system, your personal philosophy, foreign lands, global trade, astrology, and your grandchildren. You could be preparing to start teaching a class. This could be an online class where you're teaching from home, or it could be at a college or a university. You could also be laying down the groundwork to start a podcast or a social media channel. You may fear that you're not ready, but you're never going to be ready, so just start. The potential is there for a great outcome. If you've had some setbacks due to old technology that needs to be replaced, don't let the Mercury retrograde stop you from purchasing a new computer. Just make sure that you do your homework first so that you don't have any regrets later. You could either be preparing to write a book or preparing to share your book with the world at this time. If you're a student, you could be preparing for a graduation or preparing for your next moves. You may feel uncertain as to whether or not you should set roots where you are now or return home. Following your heart and the new potential for monetary gains is usually a good decision. If you've recently retired or quit your job, you could decide to go back to school. This is great and could be the beginning of the process of achieving all over again. If you are unjustly fired from your job, you could be preparing for a legal battle. Just know that what has left you is probably for your greatest good and will give you the opportunity to shine in a new way. Some Leos are preparing to travel to visit their children, or they're preparing for a child's graduation. You may also have a child who is becoming rebellious and who wants to go off on their own or with their siblings or friends. You may fear that they're going to end up in trouble with the law, or that they're going to end up losing their money or end up in the hospital. Leos, there's only so much that you can do for your children. At some point, you need to shift your mindset and hope that they have learned enough to keep them on the right path. Leo, you may be challenging or changing your philosophical beliefs. You may be moving on from a way of thinking that's no longer working for you, and it could be holding you back from progressing in a new way in this new world. Overall, Leos, trust the process. Imagine all the wonderful possibilities that will be developing. Stay motivated and keep moving forward with your goals. Good luck, Leos. Let me know in the comments how this solar eclipse has shown up for you, my gorgeous Leos. Leave me a yellow heart if you enjoyed. Thank you for liking and subscribing. If you would like a personal reading, go to astrophiliaastrology.com. Remember to do what makes your soul happy. See you next time.